let's get to today's top story. David Wilcock gave an update on Sunday. I'm sure a lot of you seen this. Okay, let me go to I can't see you guys' chat. It's not refreshing. He gave an update about this. So he had multiple insider sources come out saying that military tribunals are going on in several locations and Guantanamo. Now, these are mid-level people being taken out that are directly involved with the child trafficking. So it's like we want to see the top of the pyramid get taken down, but we got to let this middle stuff get taken down first. And it makes sense why they would do that, because I get frustrated just as anybody else does. But if you got this hierarchy and if you take the top off, people are going to panic, and then you still have the structure in place where things are going to continue on. If you keep the high level people going and then take out that chunk underneath, you can get rid of a lot of the foundation there, and it's still going to look like everything's normal. Very, very smart and wise by the alliance. Now, is there a lot of evidence about this? No. We just have to go with the insider sources. I wish there was more evidence directly to us. He's basically said that they're going down there on some massive prison barges, and the white hats want to keep this secret for a year to not cause the panic, but they realize that this stuff is going to leak out, and they can't stop the leak. And I guess it's all being filmed, the tribunals, and it's just going to come out, and just can't wait for this to be very public, and everybody can be like, wow, these guys were guilty of this. You're still going to have people that are dumbed down and be like, I don't believe it. Trump's being a dictator. He's Hitler. But I don't know. We just got to do what we got to do. There's brainwash beyond repair. And then there's also supposed to be a data dump later this year that's supposed to be worse than the Podesta stuff. So that is going to be very, very interesting. And David Wilcock is going to have an article written up. I believe he'll release it later tonight. He's got to wait until after the State of the Union. They must have told him to hold off. So we were talking in the chat before the show started, is there going to be something big here on the State of the Union that Trump's going to release? I don't know, but it's pretty weird that Wilcock can't release until after the State of the Union, unless he's purposely doing that just to see if Trump says anything, and then we can speculate all day. But let's play a clip from David Wilcock talking about this stuff, and then we'll move on.
We are looking at right now tribunals that are allegedly taking place. We have very good intel on this from multiple insider sources that they have arrested right now key people in the deep state. They already have tribunals going on in several locations in the United States and apparently Guantanamo. There are prison barges taking people to Guantanamo, and what they've done is they have started with the mid-level people who were directly involved in child trafficking. The sealed indictments that we've been hearing so much about are being unsealed. People are being put on trial in secret tribunals. These are military trials. They happen quickly. Some people are getting the death penalty. This is very serious. It has not yet been authorized to be leaked to the public.
But David Wilcock leaked it. I wish we had some more evidence. That's all I'm saying.
Now, the people who are doing this think that they can make it stay secret for a year or two. They're hoping it could take that long. Because remember, the original mass arrest scenario I've been telling you guys about since 2009 was going to be everybody getting arrested at once. But it turns out when the rubber meets the road, the alliance does not have the staff to do that. They're going to need to do it a little at a time. So it's going to take them a year or two to get everybody. Now, there are some factions. There's one faction, the alliance, and this is a group opposing the deep state that represents the military, the intelligence community, and many other governments around the world, okay? That community doesn't want to tell us. There's one faction that is worried about the mess, but then there's another faction that says, this is definitely going to leak. We can't stop the leaks. They're coming out. There's nothing we can do about it. Kim Dotcom is the guy who did Mega Upload, and he was one of the insiders who said what was coming with WikiLeaks before it did in October 2016. Kim Dotcom, with that insider connection, is saying that we're going to get data dumps this year that are worse than anything we saw in October 2016, which of course is all the Podesta stuff, all the PZG stuff. You figure out what that means. So,
All right, we'll stop there. I'm looking at the chat here. There's definitely a lot of people that don't believe what Wilcock is saying. I'm kind of there with you guys. We got, what was it, Night Furry. Well, he said this started in January. I heard from Benjamin Fulford. So we hear a lot about these tribunals going on, and we're just so ready for something. And then to other people's point about not believing David, I think he's made some predictions that haven't happened before. You know, he had the whole 2012 thing, like we hit 2012, we're supposed to ascend, and, you know, maybe that was supposed to be the whole new earth thing at that point, and then it didn't happen. David was disappointed about it. He went into a cave for quite some time before he regrouped and came back out. But it is what it is. I mean, you got to go with your gut. We've seen that the sealed indictments are written down. There's lots of them, you know, thousands a month. And I think there's definitely a peace started here. So we can take it for what it is. Is something going to happen? Is something not? Let's see what, I mean, that's all we can do anyway, is see what happens, but we'll have to see how it plays out and then go from there. But just breaking that's huge news if it's going on. You know, hopefully Obama's getting tried down there too, and things are going to finally get back to where they should be. And we can have peace on Earth and have the Earth the way it's supposed to be. This will be the new Earth.